Mulheres mocinhos, tudo dia na ele.
Portuguese is about British presence in the Cape Verdean islands. And this is a story that it's not really heard anywhere, but it still was over 120-year presence. And so it had a great impact socially, economically, culturally. The British came and they built ports. The most important in São Vicente, Mindelo. They were all called Port English, which is called British Port. They were doing shipping and coaling, communications. Socially was also very interesting because they brought the whole British culture into Cape Verde. And the Cape Verdeans were adopting it as a sign of evolution and progress. So they were doing 5 o'clock tea, gin, cricket, all of that. During the British presence in Cape Verde, the Cape Verdeans adapted some of the words of the English and they kind of creolized the English. So we have ariop, which I've heard my whole life. I knew it meant, pick up your pace, but I didn't know that it was connected to hurry up. And like hurry up, there are many other words like straight away, full speed, so long. And so the song, it has this anticipation. At the end of the song, we have a comping almost like McCoy Tyner, where you have the fourths and you have the tension, and the drums also has a military-like because the British are coming. I do a little bit of a jazz solo improv on top to express that emergency of the moment. Francis Drum is a song about Sir Francis Drake, who was a very controversial figure here in the UK. He's known as the hero, but if you go to Spain or to Cape Verde, he is connected to horror and terror and pillage. With colonisation, you kind of have different sides of the story, but you only hear one. And so it was really good to explore these two sides of one person.
Francis Drake, pirata, herói brilhador, sem nome contido no mundo. Francis, em nome de conquista e terror amado. Aviado, sem riqueza foi feito na costa, de tudo nos irmãos.
He died off the coast somewhere in South America. He said carry his drum into England, and when England comes into trouble, they should play the drum again, and he would come back from heaven and save England. I wanted to bring British folk environment into the song with the Cape Verdean rhythm, which is the batuque, to have this mix of the British and the Cape Verdean. Port English is about the interconnection between the British and the Cape Verdeans. It's almost like my way of inhabiting this story through my voice and my music. My grandfather, he used to work in the coaling ships in the port of Mindelo, and I didn't know this until I started researching about it. I see this album almost like a musical suite. It has 8 songs. And each of the songs, they tell a story. Santiago talks about the voyage of the Beagle when Charles Darwin came out of the Woolwich dockyard, where I lived for like 4 years, went into Cape Verde, and he was studying the land, creatures, the sea, and all that environment. He describes the people as well and how he was received. And so the song Santiago is about that social gathering. He was with the locals, just eating their food. Nobody's really understanding each other because nobody speaks English there, or he doesn't speak Creole as well. But I don't know, there's a vibe there. Also in terms of musicians, I wanted to bring different musicians together, the Lusophone side, which is me, Theo, and João Oliveira, and Diogo, and Elias Kacomanolis, with British musicians, you know, to have this marriage of different vibes and different environments going on in the music. So that's why I decided to invite, and because they are amazing musicians, Mark Avuma, Deschanel Gordon, Gareth Lockrane, Zoe Pascal. They bring this energy from the UK, which contrasts with our Lusophone vibe, you know, so it was a good mix.
To levar